Today's topic of discussion is mediastinum. सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे कि mediastinum है क्या. Mediastinum is the median portion or central most portion of the thoracic cavity. It is interpleural, that means it is between the two lungs. Limited anteriorly, limited, or you can say bounded anteriorly, bounded by thoracic inlet superiorly, diaphragm inferiorly, sternum anteriorly, and 12 thoracic vertebrae posteriorly. All these things we will see in this diagram. Anteriorly, sternum, this is sternum. Posteriorly, vertebra 1 to 12 thoracic vertebrae. Inferiorly, diaphragm, and superiorly thoracic inlet. This is our thoracic inlet, this one. ठीक है, यहाँ से यहाँ तक. तो ये हमारा मीडियास्टिनम है. अगर हम कट सेक्शन में देखें, ट्रांसवर्स सेक्शन में देखें, तो दिस सेंट्रल मोस्ट पोर्शन इज मीडियास्टिनम. इट इज़ बिटवीन द टू lungs, right and left lung, right lung and left lung. It is the central portion, mediastinum. Anteriorly it is bounded by sternum, posteriorly vertebra, on lateral side lungs, superiorly thoracic inlet, and inferiorly diaphragm. Now it is divided into two parts, superior mediastinum and inferior mediastinum. What is that thing that divides it into two parts? It is an imaginary line. We draw a line passing from manubrium sterni and junction of body of sternum. That point is called sternal angle. This point where manubrium of sternum joins with body of sternum, this point is called sternal angle. Imaginary line passing horizontally from sternal angle to the junction of 4th thoracic and 5th thoracic vertebra. So this is a horizontal or transverse line passing from sternal angle anteriorly to the junction of 4th and 5th thoracic vertebra posteriorly. So this is an imaginary line that divides mediastinum into superior mediastinum and inferior mediastinum. The portion above this imaginary line is superior mediastinum, and that below this imaginary line is inferior mediastinum. Here in this diagram we can see that again. Sorry, this is T4 and T5. It is T4 and this is T5. So portion above sternal angle anteriorly and T4 T5 junction is superior mediastinum, and portion below this is inferior mediastinum. Now that we have divided it into two parts, now we will discuss boundaries of each mediastinum separately. Superior mediastinum, it is bounded anteriorly by manubrium sterni. So anterior portion, this from this to this is manubrium sterni, upper portion of sternum. Posteriorly T1 to T4, 4 thoracic vertebrae. First thoracic vertebra, second, third, and fourth. Superiorly there is plane of thoracic inlet. Thoracic inlet is formed by manubrium sterni superiorly, first thoracic manubrium sterni anteriorly, first thoracic vertebra posteriorly, and lately by first rib. This is first rib. So superiorly there is plane of thoracic inlet, and inferiorly there is again that imaginary plane we studied before, that is inferiorly. On each side there is mediastinal pleura, as we have seen in this diagram. There is a covering of the lungs, that is called pleura. You can see this double layered membrane, this one is pleura. This is on forms lateral boundary of mediastinum. Now contents of superior mediastinum, we divide it into different portions. First one is blood vessels. Blood vessels contain brachiocephalic veins, right brachiocephalic vein, left brachiocephalic vein. These two join to form superior vena cava. Here we have superior vena cava. Then we have pulmonary trunk. Here we have pulmonary trunk. This one also called as pulmonary artery. Then we have arch of aorta. So all these are contents of superior mediastinum. Then in case of nerves, we have vagus nerves on both sides, right and left vagus nerve, recurrent laryngeal nerve on left side in superior mediastinum, and phrenic nerve on both sides, right and left. So these 5 nerves are contents of mediastinum. And there are other viscera which include trachea. Here we have trachea that divides into 2 bronchi, and then posterior to trachea we have esophagus. This is esophagus, this is trachea, and we have thymus. These are also included in superior mediastinum. Now coming to inferior mediastinum. Inferior mediastinum is further divided into 3 subdivisions. The reference point is heart. In inferior mediastinum, the main organ we have heart. The portion that is anterior to heart is called anterior mediastinum. The portion that is posterior to heart is posterior mediastinum. And heart itself is present in the middle of inferior mediastinum. This portion constitutes middle mediastinum. This whole structure is heart. So the cavity or space anterior to this is anterior mediastinum, and posterior to it is posterior mediastinum. So we divide inferior mediastinum 3 parts: anterior, middle and posterior. Middle is referred to heart. We have heart in middle. So anterior to it is anterior mediastinum, posterior to it is posterior mediastinum. Coming to anterior mediastinum, this narrow portion we have anterior mediastinum, small portion. Its boundaries will be anteriorly we have body of sternum. So this is body of sternum anteriorly. Posteriorly we have outer covering of heart, that is pericardium. Here we will have pericardium that covers the outer side of the heart. It will form posterior boundary of anterior mediastinum. Superiorly again imaginary plane, and inferiorly we have diaphragm. On each side again we have mediastinal pleura. So boundaries of mediastina are very easy. Contents of anterior mediastinum are very minor contents. These include sternopericardial ligaments that connect the pericardium to the sternum. There are 2 sternopericardial ligaments, superior and inferior. Sternopericardial ligaments, they connect heart or pericardium to the sternum in this way. There is superior and there is inferior. These are sternopericardial ligaments. They form content of anterior mediastinum. Then we have thymus, remains of a very small portion of thymus in anterior mediastinum, lymph nodes and fat. Coming to the middle mediastinum, it contains its boundaries formed by anteriorly by sternopericardial ligaments. So these were the contents of anterior mediastinum. These will form boundaries of middle mediastinum, anterior boundary of middle mediastinum, these sternopericardial ligaments. Posteriorly we have esophagus, descending thoracic aorta and azygous vein. Here we can see descending thoracic aorta, posterior or lateral to it is esophagus, and we have azygous vein. Here we can see esophagus. So these 3 are contents posterior to middle mediastinum. On each side again we have pleura of lungs, that is mediastinal pleura, which is portion covering the mediastinum. Contents of middle mediastinum: the main organ in middle mediastinum is heart and the vessels emerging from it. Heart, its covering, pericardium, nerves, phrenic nerve, main bronchi which terminate and enter into lungs, and we have great vessels. Great vessels are superior vena cava, aorta, pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. Now coming back to posterior mediastinum, the last mediastinum, this portion is posterior mediastinum, which is posterior to heart. Anterior boundary of it will be formed by pericardium, bifurcation of trachea, here we can see bifurcation trachea, pulmonary vessels which enter the heart, and posterior portion of upper surface of diaphragm. There is very minor portion of diaphragm which forms posterior boundary. So anterior boundary of posterior mediastinum. Posterior boundary will formed by 8 vertebra, lower 8 vertebra, T5 to T12. Okay. Then on each side we will have again mediastinal pleura. Contents of posterior mediastinal will be esophagus. Here we can see a small portion of esophagus. Descending thoracic aorta, we can clearly see in this diagram, this is descending thoracic aorta. Then we have azygous vein, thoracic duct, vagi, vagus nerves, right and left, and posterior mediastinal lymph nodes. So all these are contents of posterior mediastinum. Then we have mediastinal syndrome. Mediastinal syndrome is compression of any of the mediastinal structures by any tumor, which produces a group of symptoms that is known as mediastinal syndrome. It most commonly involves superior mediastinum because all other mediastina are very small areas. So superior mediastinum is relatively wider space, so it is mostly occurs in superior mediastinum. So obstruction contents of superior mediastinum included superior vena cava, trachea, esophagus, laryngeal nerve, phrenic nerve. So if there is obstruction of superior vena cava, it leads to engorgement of veins in upper half of the body, which is drained by superior vena cava. If there is pressure or compression over the trachea, that leads to dyspnea. Dyspnea is difficulty in breathing. And if there is pressure on esophagus, that causes dysphagia. Dysphagia is difficulty in swallowing and eating. Or if there is pressure on left recurrent laryngeal nerve, this gives rise to hoarseness of voice, which is called as dysphonia. Hoarseness is slurring of husky voice, very harsh voice. And pressure on the phrenic nerve, which supplies diaphragm, causes paralysis of diaphragm on that side. If there is bilateral compression of phrenic nerve, it will lead to cardiopulmonary arrest, especially pulmonary arrest, leading to death. So this is mediastinal syndrome. Here is a portion of mediastinal syndrome in which only superior vena cava is compressed. This is shown in this diagram. Superior vena cava is compressed. This will lead to facial edema and plethora. These are signs. And there is venous distension or distal to obstruction and facial redness, which is called plethora, and swelling, that is called facial edema. Here we can see on X-ray there is enlarged superior vena cava. These arrows show enlarged superior vena cava. So this was all about the mediastinum.